Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Nemanja Matic will join Roma on a free transfer this summer, according to Sky Italy. Matic will sign a contract until June 2023 with Roma, with an option to extend for a further year. Matic will be having a reunion with Jose Mourinho. Revert back to earlier on this year, Matic announced he'd be leaving Manchester United. Matic did endure 5 years at Manchester United. He made 128 appearances in the Premier League and he scored 2 goals. Manchester United did get Matic from Chelsea back in 2017, got him in a deal worth £40 million. Matic was not one of Man United's first choice midfielders, but despite that, he'd still been given his opportunities. Now I want to give you some more news on Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo wins Goal of the Season award. Ronaldo scored a cracking goal in the 3-2 win against Tottenham at Old Trafford. Ronaldo did get a hat-trick in that game. Recently, Ronaldo got named the Sir Matt Busby Player of the Year. Ronaldo will be staying at Manchester United this year. He could leave next year. Ronaldo's already said he wants to stay at Man United. Ronaldo wants to play under Erik ten Hag, and Erik ten Hag has said he wants Ronaldo to stay. Ronaldo's contract at Manchester United expires next year. There's an option of a further year. Ronaldo is the highest earner at Man United at the moment. He earns £480,000 a week. Man United re-signed Ronaldo in the summer of last year from Juventus. Since Ronaldo re-signed, he's scored 24 goals in all competitions. He's got 18 goals in the Premier League. He's won over 30 trophies in his playing career, including 5 Ballon d'Ors. Ronaldo missed Man United's final game against Crystal Palace because he picked up a hip injury. As you all know, Juan Mata, Jesse Lingard, Edison Cavani, Paul Pogba, Bailly, Tuanzebe and Lee Grant have all left the club. More players are going to leave Manchester United. Man United will look to get rid of Anthony Martial permanently. The season just gone, Martial was out on loan with Sevilla. Phil Jones, he's also on his way out of the football club. Jones isn't one of Man United's first choice centre-halves, he's a backup. Jones has made 3 Premier League appearances since January 2020. Jones has endured 11 seasons at Manchester United, so reflecting on that, he's been a long-serving player. He's been with us since the Ferguson era. His contract at Man United expires next year. Alex Telles, he's on his way out of the club. He's been subjected to a lot of transfer speculation. Telles has been poor now for the last few months. Telles appeared to be our first choice left back when we had Rangnick. That's only because Luke Shaw wasn't available. Harry Maguire, Man United definitely need to get rid of him because he's not good enough to represent the club. Throughout the course of the season just gone, a lot of Man United fans were demanding for the captaincy to be taken off Maguire. You know, Maguire is not a leader. Like updated you recently, it said David De Gea is the leading contender to replace Harry Maguire as Man United captain. You know, De Gea was sensational this season. De Gea recently won the Players' Player of the Year award for the 2001-2002 season. We'll revert back to Maguire. You know, he's enjoyed like 3 years at the club. Man United overpaid for him, got him in a deal worth 80 million. He's the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment, and he's the second most expensive signing at the club. He's had quite a lot of injuries as well since he came, Maguire. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, he's another one that's on his way out of the club. Man United are offering Aaron Wan-Bissaka to clubs. There's at least one club in for him. I heard Aaron Wan-Bissaka could be making a return to Crystal Palace. Aaron Wan-Bissaka was not our first choice right back under Ralph Rangnick. Diego Dalot was. Most of the time Bissaka's good defensively, but the attacking side of his game is not so good. Bissaka has endured 3 full seasons at Man United. Man United got him for 50 million. Man United paid 45 million up front and there was 5 million in add-ons. Dean Henderson, he's also on his way out of the club. Dean Henderson, I heard, could be going to Newcastle. Henderson's Man United's second choice goalkeeper. The season just gone, Dean Henderson only made 3 appearances. Tom Eaton, he's another one on his way out of the football club. You know, Tom Eaton is our third choice keeper. He's a backup. Man United got him on a free transfer from Aston Villa in the summer of last year. And next year, players will leave Manchester United. You know, we've got Luke Shaw's contract that expires next year, and if Luke Shaw doesn't stop getting injuries and he doesn't pick up form, I think he could leave. Revert back to earlier on this year, Luke Shaw said he prefers playing for England than Man United. You know, Shaw's enjoyed around 8 years or so at the club, so he's been a long-serving player. I think the best season Luke Shaw enjoyed was the season before the one just gone. We've got Diego Dalot's contract that expires next year. I think he'll leave next year, Dalot. I don't think he'll leave this year. Dalot was our first choice right back under Rangnick. We've got Marcus Rashford's contract that expires next year. And the same thing of what I said not so long ago regarding Shaw, you know, if Rashford doesn't pick up form and he doesn't stop getting injuries, you know, I think he'll leave. He'll stay this year, Rashford, more than likely, because Rashford's already said he wants to stay at Manchester United. Throughout the course of this year, Marcus Rashford has been subjected to a lot of transfer speculation. Rashford missed the final game against Palace. Was it due to illness? Rashford's not been the same player since he had that operation on his shoulder. Rashford's been part of the club for a long time. He came up our academy. He's been a United player since the age of 7 and he broke into our senior squad back in 2016. Cristiano Ronaldo, his contract also expires next year. So there you go. And next year, I think Fred will be leaving. Fred's not good enough. I've always had my strong reservations about Fred, but revert back to early on in the Rangnick era, I did actually say that Fred had been one of our best performers, but since he got that injury, he hadn't been the same. Man United got Fred from Shakhtar Donetsk quite a few years ago, got him in a deal worth 50 million. Victor Lindelof, he's another one as well, who I think's on his way out of the club next year. I don't think he'll leave this year. Lindelof has played a lot of games at the back for Man United. You know, Lindelof's played a lot of games alongside Maguire. Lindelof and Maguire have not complemented each other in our back line. Lindelof's played games alongside Bailly. At times, they've played well together, Lindelof and Bailly. Lindelof's played alongside Varane, and he's also played alongside Jones. Lindelof's under contract with Man United until 2024. Lindelof's been at the club since 2017. Man United got him in a deal worth 31 million. From Benfica. So there you go. Now, as you all know, there's a lot of players that Erik ten Hag wants to recommend to the football club. Erik ten Hag's transfer budget has already been revealed. Ten Hag is Manchester United's manager. Revert back to earlier on this year, he got officially appointed as Manchester United's new manager. You know, Ten Hag replaced Ralf Rangnick. Ten Hag did sign a 3-year contract with an option of a further year. Revert back to the other week, Ten Hag had his first interview as the Manchester United manager. You know, Ten Hag is Man United's 5th permanent manager since Ferguson. Don't forget, Ten Hag attended Manchester United's final game against Crystal Palace. Mitchell van der Gaag and Steve McLaren are alongside Erik ten Hag at Man United. We confirmed their appointments, was it a couple of weeks ago now. Hopefully at Manchester United, Ten Hag can replicate what he did at Ajax. You've got to admire what he did at Ajax. You know, at Ajax he developed the young players well. He won Eredivisie titles. He won Dutch Cups. And revert back to 2019, he got Ajax to the Champions League semi-finals. Ten Hag was the Ajax manager for around 5 years. The other week, it got officially announced that Ralf Rangnick left Manchester United. So reflecting on that, it said Rangnick will not take up the consultancy role at Man United. Revert back to earlier on this year, Rangnick got officially appointed as the new manager of Austria. Ralf Rangnick did sign a 2-year deal. Ralf Rangnick was Manchester United's interim manager for around 4 or 5 months. He didn't make any signings, Rangnick. You know, he only enjoyed one transfer window at United, and he didn't get backed in this year's January transfer window. None of our managers we've had since Ferguson have really been backed by the board, and the board have obviously got to back Ten Hag. But revert back to Rangnick, you know, before he was the head of sports and development at Lokomotiv Moscow. The season just gone, Man United endured their worst ever Premier League season. In terms of points, Man United finished on just 58. Man United finished 6th the season just gone. Man United did lose the final games. Crystal Palace 1-0 at Selhurst Park, but despite the loss, Man United are in the Europa League for the upcoming season. As things stand, Man United have not won a trophy for around 5 years. That's nowhere near good enough to our standards. Man United have only won 4 trophies in the last 10 years. You know, we won 3 trophies under Jose Mourinho. That was the Europa League, the AFL Cup and the Community Shield. If you want to put that into the equation, Man United won the FA Cup under Louis van Gaal. The last time Man United won the Premier League was back in 2013. You know, in the last 10 years or so, Man United have spent over £1 billion. And Man United have brought over 40 odd players in since Sir Alex Ferguson retired. Let me put into the equation, you know, Ten Hag is now inheriting these players who other managers have brought in. Like I said, he's still, 2 players here from the Ferguson era. You know, same with Rangnick, you know, none this squad was his. You know, he was inheriting players who other managers had brought in. You know, the 4 permanent managers Man United have sat since Ferguson. We sat Moyes, Van Gaal, Mourinho, and in November last year, Manchester United sat Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Like I said, we've got to get the Glazers out of the football club because they've been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time. You know, for a while now, Man United fans have been protesting against the Glazers. And like I said, the protesting will persist until the Glazers are out of the club. The Glazers have owned Manchester United for around 17 years. They bought the club for 500 million back in 2005. Like I said, Man United have not been the same team since Ferguson retired. And no one's going to replicate what Ferguson did at the club, so in that aspect we've got to accept that, you know. Ferguson, greatest manager of all time, he brought success to Manchester United because he won 30 odd trophies including 13 Premier League titles, but he didn't settle in straight away, Ferguson, because he didn't win out in his first 4 years at Man United. Alex Ferguson was a long-serving manager because he endured around 26 years at Man United. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very soon.